Welcome back to the Ryoka Show, the podcast that inspires and empowers you to create a life you truly love. I'm Ryoko. Today, I'm excited to share a transformative experience I had last month in Costa Rica. I had the opportunity to attend the RIM Essentials trainings, and if you're not familiar with RIM, RIM stands for Regenerating Images in Memory. It's a technique developed by Dr. Deb Sandler designed to heal past pain, negative emotions by creating new positive emotional memories. I was curious about how this training would unfold because, to be honest, I don't consider myself as a visual or imaginative person, and I wasn't sure if this technique would work for me. But I wanted to try out and also wanted to have vacation in Costa Rica, so I decided to join. To my surprise, I discovered that you don't need to be highly visual to benefit from RIM. Even if you don't see images clearly, you can still sense or feel them. I found that even though I didn't have vivid visual images, I was able to tap into my feelings and sense the presence of these images in a meaningful way. So one of the most impactful aspects of the RIM training was how it allowed me to revisit and heal my memories related to money. I've had my share of financial challenges and guilt over the years because I didn't know how to manage my money wisely when I was in my 20s. And through RIM, I was able to approach these memories with a fresh perspective. The process was both beautiful and actually a lot of fun. I engaged in exercises where I explored my financial memories and worked on repairing and rebuilding my relationship with money. The technique helped me to create new positive emotional memories, which helped me release guilt and shame around money. So to tell you about my story with money is in my early 20s, my relationship with money was far from healthy. Despite knowing the importance of saving and wanting to manage my finances better, I constantly found money slipping through my fingers. I would go out with my friends, buy clothes, shoes, and bags more than I needed. And now I know the reason. I wasn't feeling enough or wanted to fill the void. So I also spent on various moving related expenses. I moved to different places many times in the same city. And in Japan, moving into a new apartment often means losing key money, a form of deposit that's non-refundable, and it's usually your 1 month rent. So the more you move, the more key monies you would spend. So we have this saying, moving poor. So you become poor because you move into many different places, and which is exactly what happened to me. So I moved 4 times within a few years. So these moving expenses added up over time and impacted my ability to save. And by late 20s, when I decided to leave Japan, I wanted to travel Latin America and eventually wanted to immigrate to Canada. And I saw that I didn't have enough saving to do all that. And I was driven by this strong desire and need to save money quickly. I took on 3 jobs, worked tirelessly for over a year and a half, and spent only on the essentials. Weekdays, I worked from 9 to midnight, and Saturdays and Sundays, I would still work like 8 hours. So basically, I didn't have any day off. I worked every day because I was desperate to catch up with the savings. So while my efforts to save more money did eventually help me improve my financial situation, it also had an unintended consequence. This excessive caution and guilt from not having saved wisely when I was younger made me hyper focused on saving money. So I became a massive saver. I became very cautious about spending, avoiding unnecessary purchases to the point where it was no longer just about financial prudence, but more about fear of instability. So this fear of instability showed up during the pandemic. Even though I had enough savings, I was so worried about my financial stability. Then I realized I needed to look at my relationship with money. I read the book Happy Money by Ken Honda and did his course on Mind Valley to heal my money wounds and learn about the concept of happy money. I've been working on cultivating an abundance mindset, releasing fear and guilt around money management. So during this training in Costa Rica, my memories with money in the late 20s popped up. And I had a chance to heal my old wounds. And it was such a beautiful and fun experience. It was fun experience because in my imagination, I was having a conversation with my bank book that had all the transaction records. First, I'm apologizing to my bank book, and then the bank book said to me, "It's okay. You don't need to beat yourself up for the mistakes you made." And I also told my bank book that I didn't want to hustle again like I did when I took on 3 jobs. And I am so scared to go back to the same situation where I needed to work all day, every day to save, to pursue what I wanted to do in my life. Then my bank book said, "You will never go back to the situation because you learned your lesson and now I am here with you." So my bank book started to smile and he was very happy to be back in my life. And it was so incredibly powerful for me to imagine embracing my bank book with love and trust as if we had finally reunited after a long separation, like we were the best friends who've been looking for each other for a long time. And this exercise allowed me to heal my old financial fears, shifting my perspective from fear and guilt to love and trust. It was so beautiful, and I felt so much love and forgiveness from my bank book. And I had this image of us hugging, and then this bubble and light coming, and then we were surrounded by this beautiful light, and I was really feeling the love coming from my bank book. Through this RIM exercise, I learned what the bank book thought of me. My bank book cares about me and wants me to let go of the guilt and fear. By creating a loving and trusting relationship with my bank book, I was able to release the guilt and anxiety that had been weighing me down, especially during the pandemic. And this shift in perspective was so transformative, and I still remember sensations when my bank book and I were hugging each other. I began to understand that financial stability is not just about numbers, but also how we relate to and feel about money. This new perspective has helped me embrace a mindset of abundance even more and the importance of trusting life. So, what insights and lessons can we take away from this experience? Here are some few takeaways I want to share with you. First, addressing past wounds. So, confronting old financial wounds and negative emotions can be really scary and very uncomfortable. But at the same time, it's very powerful step toward healing and creating a healthier relationship with money. So forgive yourself for mistakes you made and know that you did the best you could. Also, the only way to truly deeply appreciate abundance is to have experienced the challenges in finance. So do not make yourself wrong. And creating positive memories. So techniques like RIM can help you regenerate positive emotional memories and shift your mindset from fear to trust. You can go to Dr. Deb's website and learn more about it. I'm going to put her website in the show notes, so make sure to check it out if you are interested in. Next is finding balance. It's so important to balance financial caution with the sense of abundance. Your worth and stability aren't solely defined by your bank balance. If you're saving or earning money out of fear, that fear will persist even your finances improve. more money won't necessarily make fear disappear. Sometimes our financial fears aren't really about money, but about deeper issues like relationships or personal insecurities. So to address this, identify your true fears and be honest with yourself and write them down. Once you know what you are afraid of, then you can choose to do something about it. And if it's something that's out of your control, beyond your control, just let them go and trust that everything is working out for you. So whatever challenges you're facing right now, accept and forgive yourself. Focus on healing and moving forward. And embrace your journey with compassion and trust that each step you take, no matter how small, is part of your growth and progress. And remember, true healings comes from within, and being kind to yourself is a vital part of that process. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked the episode, please subscribe, rate, and review. And if you haven't already, go to the show note and grab the free guide to build a solid foundation to transform your life. Well, stay tuned for more episodes of The Ryoko Show. And as always, keep shining.